This is the Fletcher, a Tier 7 American destroyer. As far as I could tell, it is the most powerful American destroyer in the game, with the exception of the Goering. It has 9.5 kilometer torpedoes, which is great. The fact that we now have Albert Gleaves as a destroyer commander really helps out. So let's take a look at the setup of the ship and the commander. First, we will look at Albert Gleaves. His base trait is from afar. It increases the range of your torpedoes. The first inspiration I have is Eric Bay. It increases the concealment of your destroyer. The second inspiration is Reginald Tyrwhitt. He reduces the chance of sustaining steering gear critical damage and decreasing the torpedo launcher reload time. And the second part is really why I have Tyrwhitt here. Let's take a look at the skills. The first skill is Subsurface Venture. It reduces the torpedo launcher reload time and increases the travel speed of the torpedoes, though it increases the destroyer's main battery reload time, which with the Fletcher it's still 3.3 seconds, so I guess it's all good. The second skill is Look at Me Now. It increases the ship concealment rating. Third skill is Back in Stock. It reduces the torpedo launcher reload time once again. I could also select Torpedo Safari if I want a longer range torpedo. I may experiment with that in the future. The fourth skill is Smoke on the Water. It increases the smoke screen deployment time as well as its dispersion time. I have Gleaves ranked up to 16.2, and point 2 is the legendary rank, which I have Unstoppable selected. It reduces the engine repair time and gains a reduced mobility with a disabled engine and or rudder. So if you're within the range of the enemy, as you see down here, range to enemy to activate special effect, 4.5 kilometers. This is a skill, that legendary skill that you want to have for every destroyer commander in the game, because otherwise when your engine or rudder gets conked out, you are dead in the water. So this is a skill I always look to activate for all of my destroyer commanders. Let's take a look at the setup for the ship. Let's look at the upgrades. First upgrade is Aiming Systems Mod 1. Then we have Propulsion Mod 2. Concealment System Mod 1. The fourth upgrade is Torpedo Launcher Mod 3. It reduces the torpedo launcher reload time 15%, though there's a risk of the torpedo launchers becoming incapacitated by 50%. In actual practice, I haven't seen this as a problem. And then I have the rest of the default upgrades here. Artillery 127mm Mark 30. It increases the maximum AP and HE shell damage by 100 hit points, so 2200 and 1900 respectively. The next upgrade is Targeting System Mark 7. It increases the firing range up to 10%, and you can see the main battery firing range is 11 kilometers, which is the farthest that I have for any destroyer that I currently have in the game. Next upgrade I have is the Fletcher Hull B. I believe this adds 3,000 to 3,500 hit points, and you can see the rudder shift time is 3 seconds, and it has 17 AA mounts. And the last upgrade here is the Torpedo Mark 15 Mod 3. It does increase the reload time of the torpedoes again up to 103.7 seconds. We'll see what that really means in the stats when it's all said and done. But the big thing here with this upgrade is it increases the maximum damage of the torpedoes by 5,000 hit points or so. Okay, let's look at the loadout. You can see we have the HE shells, AP shells, and the torpedoes. You can see though the reload time is 78.6 seconds, not the 103 that you saw in the upgrade. So this is the effect of the commander, I believe. And then we have the basic consumables, damage control party, smoke generator, and the engine boost. I'm not running any boosters. And I did create a red, white, and blue premium permanent camouflage, which gives you a sea detectability range of -4.5% and an incoming fire dispersion of +4.5%. Let's look at the stats. Survivability, as we said, is 16,700. The armor, as you'll see in the armor tab, basically don't get hit and you'll be okay. As far as the artillery, there are 5 127mm guns with 11-kilometer range. Reload time is awesome at 3.3 seconds. The HE and AP shell damage you see is right around 2,000 hit points, and the fire setting chances is 5% on the HE shells. So at 3.3 seconds, this can compound pretty quickly and give you pretty good fire starting chances. Let's look at the torpedoes. There are 2 quintuple torpedo launchers. Reload time is 78.6 seconds, which when it's all said and done is okay. I'm not really upset about that. Maximum damage is 16,633, which is awesome. Torpedo range is 9.6 kilometers, and the big problem here is the torpedo speed of 59 knots is about 10 kilometers slower than what I personally like, but it is what it is. Here are your AA defensive numbers. Maneuverability is maximum speed is 36.5 knots. You do get close to 40 knots when you run the engine boost. Rudder shift time is 3 seconds. Turning circle radius is 560 meters. Concealment, we're down to 5.4 kilometers, which, all things considered, in an American destroyer is pretty good. Let's look at the armor. Here you go. Like I said, 13 to 24 millimeter armor. Basically, the bottom line is don't get hit. Let's look at the overview. Extended smoke, increased smoke screen duration, reloader, above average main battery reload speed, and we certainly saw that at the 3.3 seconds. That is awesome. Nimble aim, above average main battery traverse speed, gives an edge in close quarters combat. I have seen that as well in combat. The Fletcher belongs to the most numerous series of destroyers in the world. She proved to be a very successful ship, combining high speed and efficient AA defenses, as well as a powerful artillery and torpedo armament, and we certainly saw that in the setups. Entered service in 1942, and there were 175 ships in the series. So there you go. That's it for the Fletcher. We are going to show a battle in AI because this particular battle I had just set up the upgrades, all the upgrades, and I didn't really want to go in a standard battle with that. I wanted to do basically a shakedown with all of the upgrades installed and basically see what happens and try it out. So let's go to the battle. All right, we're going to go see if we can get some highlights after we got the ship all set up. And I like to go out in AI when I first get a ship to try it out, so I'm not wasting everybody's time in standard. So this will be one match. As you saw, there was 0 XP on the ship, so this is the first time I'm taking the ship out, after it's been all upgraded and everything. And even in AI, to get kind of a good score sometimes can be a challenge. It's not always that easy. I have some friends that play standard because somehow AI is really difficult. So in any event, we are going to go in hotspot here. And since it's AI, I'm just going to push forward and go up towards C and see if I could spot the enemy and try to get a feel for what kind of damage a ship could inflict. It seems like it should be far superior than every other destroyer in the normal American destroyer line. The exception would probably be the Benham with 16 torpedoes, and with Gleaves it really brings that ship to the front. But the Fletcher really does seem like the most powerful American destroyer other than the Goering. And 9.5 kilometer torpedoes is great. And the guns, I believe they will inflict Citadel hits. I don't think you'll really see that on this video, but maybe the next video I do with the Fletcher will definitely be in standard, and there I will try to feature some Citadel hits. But here I've got an Albemarle I'm going to take a shot at. You can see I'm spotted. I'm going to go in my teammate's smoke over here, and you can see I'm down to 2.6 kilometers detectability while I'm in the smoke, and I'm just going to start hammering this guy. And you can see the 3-second reload time, 3.3 second reload time on the Fletcher is really tuning the guy up. He's going to take a lot of shell damage. A lot of enemy ships in this match are going to take a lot of shell damage. So there I'm going to fire another shot of torpedoes. But at 59 knots, these torpedoes are pretty slow. And you can see the Albemarle looks like he's turning away, and he got destroyed anyway. And here you can see this radar, and this is really the problem with the Tier 7 destroyers, because the radar just definitely negates your ability to get in close, and you might as well not even be in the smoke actually. So the Baltimore definitely has radar, and he is going to take at least one hit here, and you can see 18,000 damage and climbing. We're up to about 50 hits already, 53 hits, and there's a fire that's been started on the Baltimore. So I'm going to come around and continue to hammer this guy with main gun hits, and there I get my first kill. And I've got the Grossirker first over there. I've kind of got him lined up. He is 11 kilometers away though, so it is kind of far. But I am going to come around this island and see if I can close in on these guys. You can see that he is in range already at 8 kilometers. At first it was 8.5 kilometers, so I do believe I'm going to get a good shot at this guy. So you can see he's got a lot of health left. There's a lot of potential for a pretty high score here if I get some hits. And we're just going to come around right here and clear the island and hopefully get a good shot. "30 seconds for the torpedoes to hit, 29, 4.6 kilometers away, so I'm going to take a shot. I'm spotted because I'm within detectability range, and I hit the smoke. I'm going to wait a little bit before I take a second shot to see how these torpedoes do, whether they hit their mark or not. I'm just going to start hitting it with some of these HE rounds. And there's 4 good hits and a destruction, so we've destroyed 2 ships already. We're up to 68,000 damage, and even in AI, this is not a guaranteed that you're going to get this kind of damage, because generally your teammates will help you out so much that if you don't get to the enemy really quick, there won't be anything for you. So the thing with AI, as far as getting a high score, is a lot of times your teammates would just obliterate the red team for you. And there's another kill, 3 kills. And so you can see the The main gun damage is up to 88 rounds, 88 hits, 5 torpedoes and 4 flooding, so we are inflicting quite a bit of damage, even in AI here. So this Akazuki looks like he's pretty thin. Looks like he's not going to really be around much longer. Looks like it should be an easy kill. And there I hit him, got a 4th destruction. But I am getting hammered from this Baltimore over here, so I'm going to start hitting him with HE shells, but he's gone already. So now there's 1 battleship left in the game, and I do believe that he is in the smoke over here.
All stations, proceed to capture that area.
So I'm going to come over and see if I could get a good shot on him. I've got 70,000 damage to this point. And we're going to see if we can inflict a little bit more. I've got about half my health left. So we're going to close up on this guy. Don't see him yet. Now I'm spotted. There he is. It's a Richelieu that's completely loaded. So this potentially could be a huge damage score. So there's one bay of torpedoes. There's a second bay. 5 hits, 7 hits, and a 5th destruction. So in standard that would have been a Kraken. In AI it's just a good match. So there you have it. That's it for the Fletcher and its initial shakedown in AI. Look for another battle in standard where maybe we can unleash the Fletcher for a little bit more of its potential. This is the Jaguar. I'll see you on the high seas. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you like it.